make them available at sensible prices in India. But whenever we would travel internationally, either Europe or elsewhere, we would see that the tires is just one part that enables riders to do different kind of journeys on different types of terrains. There are multiple more products. It includes the superior quality riding gears, it could be helmets, it could be multiple other things that goes either on the rider or on the bikes. And plus we also felt that as a country, if we are growing, if the aspiration of our young population is growing, then why not enhance that shopping experience as well? Why not, if there can be a single stop solution for multiple other categories within multiple categories in India, why not create a single stop solution for all the riders' needs at one place? This has been our journey so far. In the 2 years, we have produced a lot of 100 plus premium motorcycle tires. We have recently launched our riding gear range. We have brought in a couple of international brands to India. We'll continue on this path to bring in more innovative products. I believe one more thing I would like to add. So far, informally, we were always a part of the riders' communities, either through participating in number of events that happens across the country, encouraging or sponsoring racers in participating in multiple races. This is the first time that at an organized event of this scale we are present, and we are really happy and excited to be part of this vibrant culture. We hope to learn more, we hope to contribute more to the riders, and at the end we look forward to make more friends from the riders community. Thank you.
Mr. Garg, welcome. We're always happy to have new friends and partners. Well, Rise Moto is also bringing a lot of motorcycle racing to this amazing arena with the Dirt Dash. We're really excited about that because there's some big prizes and some big trophies to take home for those participating at the Dirt Dash, which is going to happen in the arena. And I'd like to call upon another gentleman who's putting together one more race on behalf of Rise Moto. I'd like to call upon Mr. Ravi Agarwal, representing FMSCI, who's putting together the hill climb this year. And the hill climb is always an exciting race because it seems simple, but it's really tough when you've got to accelerate uphill and try and balance your motorcycle. So how difficult on a scale of 1 to 10 is this year's hill climb?
So basically, I would rate it somewhere around 6 or whatever, but it's run on the dirt, and Hero being coming in, giving the expulse, it has all the true capabilities of an off-roader. So it's basically the man, how he controls the bike, the off-road bike, and puts up the best speed to reach the finish. That is it.
So, Mr. Agarwal, just one last question before I send you off to the track. What is that one important skill somebody needs to possess? Because a lot of first-timers who haven't really taken part in a hill climb will be attempting the race. What is that one essential skill you need to have? Is it throttle control? Is it off-roading skills? What is it? What is it?
Basically, I would rate it. It's a combination of everything. It's the man, machine working together, the mind, the body. It has to be in collaboration. There might be a moment where you are skidding, but again, it is your mind, how it is controlling the body and how you take it out from the corner and reach the finish.
Thank you, Mr. Agarwal. We look forward to some serious competition at the hill climb this year at IBW 2024. Rise Moto bringing you the hill climb and the Dirt Dash. Very exciting races. Like we said, this year's party is going to be grander, much bigger. There are 4 race events with cash prizes of about 12 lakh plus that you can win if you get to the podium. And now I'd like to invite on stage a partner who has been with India Bike Week right from the onset. They believe in the culture, they believe in the whole community spirit, and they really want to celebrate this community spirit because it's really, at the end of the day, about a group of people sharing the same passion. And I'd like to take this opportunity to invite on stage Mr. Sanjit Puhan, Creative Head Jameson, to kindly join me on stage. Welcome, sir. Very nice. You have a long association with India Bike Week, 10 years, now it's the 11th. How does it feel to keep coming back year on year?
No, this is what we live for. At the end of the day, of course, we propagate that we don't drink and ride. But at the end of the day, it's nice to sit around everyone and have a good drink, right? So, apart from that, the brand, of course, stands for community, it stands for kinship, inclusivity. It stands for independent spirit also. And I think very few festivals or partnerships give us this opportunity, because this is where the brand completely merges with where we are. So there is no dissonance in terms of why we should be here. And it's been a great 11-year journey, and so there's nothing beyond it, to be honest.
Well, this year you have something very special. You're giving back to the community. I've heard there's a very special gift awaiting one of the clubs participating in this year's IBW 2024. Thanks to Jameson, who partnered with a custom bike builder to build a motorcycle that they're going to give away. Can you highlight?
No, it's the celebration of the partnership, and I thought, what best apart from building a bike? So we built a bike thanks to Harley also, because we got the bike from Harley. Built it with Bombay Custom Works, with Shell. Can't thank Martin and Kanush more, because it's been a journey all the way through. So the bike is a celebration of the 10-year journey. Again, kinship, bonding, whatever I said. But more, it's a token of our appreciation to the community, because without the community and the clubs, the festival in there, biking in there, they actually uphold the true spirit of the biking community, and that's why it goes back to the community. There was a lot of pressure back in the office that why should we not give it to a consumer? I said it doesn't go to a consumer because it should go back to the community, and that's where we stand.
That's a great idea, and for those of you who want to check the bike out, I'm sure you can head over to the Harlem Dog Bar, which is kind of a center point for meeting, hanging out, discussing your journeys, sharing stories, and this year you get to win a bike. How exciting.
Not bad. And there's a small AV, I think, which we have to play.
Absolutely. We have a small AV just to showcase that exciting partnership brought to you right here.
So it's been 10 years of an amazing partnership with Jameson and India Bike Week. We can't wait to see all of you guys coming down there and to celebrate with us. It's been 10 years of companionship, but there's been 10 years of riding. So the Jameson One for All bike that we're going to be giving away to a very lucky club out there. We've loved riding with you guys. We've loved having Jameson as a partner. We've loved having you guys as partners. Good luck winning that bike.
Ladies and gentlemen, there you have it. The Jameson Howling Dog Bar is where the action's at. And thank you, Mr. Bhuvan. Thank you for your partnership. Thank you for your support. Getting into the next chapter. And this next brand really believed in the motorcycling culture. There's somebody who kind of egged Martin DeCosta to do something refreshing around the motorcycling culture, and they hold true to the spirit of this amazing culture. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm talking about Harley Davidson, and there's this one gentleman who's been awarded the Sheriff's Badge. He's been coming here right from 2013, every year, supporting, participating, riding, and building community. Ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together for Vijay Thomas, Head Marketing, Harley Davidson, Business Unit, Hero Motorcar. Vijay!
Thank you, Yuri.
Vijay, it's always good to see you. You're a sheriff. You kind of like hold some sway around here. And you were there in 2013 when it was really nascent, it was really new. It was only the Harley Davidson clubs that were really riding into the arena. How does it feel now to be here with so many different clubs, brands, and of course, your new offering?
Yeah, well, it's been 11 years, 11 editions. Memories are a little blurry. When you talk about it, it's confusing. Did this happen in 2013? Was it 16? Anyway, it's a great thing, right? Because you've been there so many times. And to be honest, Anu Prakash, our then managing director at Harley Davidson, in many ways, it was a dream that he had, that Martin decided to take that seed and plant it, and the whole of 70 brought it to life. To see where IBW has become, I'm not sure, that the motley crew of us who sat in that room in 2012 ourselves imagined that this would become the property that it is. So I guess there's a lot of pride. Like they say, Martin's got this line that says, God loves bikers. If God loves bikers, this event's got only one place to go, and that's always up. So, so really, really proud.
Talking about riding motorcycling for the first time on a track, I had that opportunity when Harley Davidson built the flat track, and the first big race crash I had was on your bike, wearing your boots and your gear when Harley Davidson set up the first flat track. It was so exciting. I was so excited. I fell off the bike, but I was happy. How's that possible?
So you're saying that it's because of my gear and the bike that you crashed?
No. I'm just talking about the excitement of riding on a flat track, which is what is going to be happening this year.
No, it's important to speak about flat track. What is flat track racing? Incidentally, flat track racing is the world's longest, oldest, and most successful racing format. It began in the 1920s, and interestingly, we think flat track racing happens on dirt tracks. Initial races happened on a board made out of wood, and you had these mavericks. These guys who would gun through without brakes. And at some point of time, the racing, at least the people who were responsible for racing, realized that it's getting really dangerous because a lot of crashes were happening on these wooden boards. Spectators were being killed, and the race moved to the dirt track because dirt don't hurt. That's also the reason why flat track motorcycles don't have any brakes, because historically, when you ended up riding on the board track, there were no brakes on it. They were called board trackers. In India, I have to say this is in 2016, Vijay Singh, a really good friend of mine, we've literally been part of a lot of, activities that shaped the motorcycling culture. We were sitting at home one day, and Vijay was watching this YouTube video, and if you know Vijay, he's a through and through racer, so he's watching the video and he's going with his arms this way, that way, and he turns back and looks at me and says, VT, shouldn't we get flat track racing to India? I'm like, okay, how do we do it? But that was the first step, and then we go and have a chat, and at that point of time, the Harley Davidson Street 750 was out. We sent a motorcycle to Rajputana Customs, and they built the first ever flat tracker. 2017 IBW, we had a really small track, literally right behind where we are standing right now. 2018, we brought in 5 more, and India Bike Week is where we did the first media race. But today, in 2024, Harley Davidson is associated with Hero, and Hero Motorcorp is genuinely interested in taking brand Harley Davidson to much greater heights. As a result of which, our commitment to India Bike Week has, over the years, steadily increased. And what better way to end it? 2024, IBW, Rajputana Customs, Harley Davidson, literally the chapter came to a complete close. So very proud to be here.
Well, this is going to be big because it's the one-make race.
Yeah.
This is a big highlight of IBW 2024. You've probably seen the flat track. We're riding into the arena. The motorcycles looking fantastic. I saw a couple of guys have a go on the track. It looks a lot lighter, easier, and a lot more fun. Was that the idea?
Absolutely. The first time I rode the X440, I knew that the bike's got tremendous amounts of potential. It's a blank canvas. It's meant to do a lot more than what people think it can do. What better way to show the world that a motorcycle that you think is only meant for tarmac can be thrown around in the dirt. And also one make. I believe you wanted to know why one make. Because you can't go back and say that my bike was slow, or you can't make any excuses. It's the same bike that everybody's going to ride on, so eventually it's your skill.
So it goes back to the motorcyclists.
Absolutely. Everyone's riding the exact same motorcycle, so can't say that I had a bad bike. It's the same bike.
So it's an even playing field. Yeah. Thanks, Vijay. Thank you for being part of the IBW.
Thanks, everybody.
And we see a lot of great participation this year at the flat track. Some crazy entries pouring in. And another gentleman who has some racing history in his pedigree. His grandmother was an avid motorcyclist. she had a Harley Davidson, she rode a Harley Davidson, and she was this really cool lady. So I suppose genes matter, and that's why Ravi Avalu now heads Harley Davidson Business Unit, Hero Motorcorp, because of his love for motorcycle and the great energy he brings to the IBW Festival year on year. Ravi, great to have you here.
Thank you.
Okay, this association of Harley Davidson with India Bike Week, it's now almost become legendary. Could you give us your version of the story?
Well, I first saw it as a competitor because I came to a competing manufacturer, I bought them, in 2013. And that's when Harley Davidson had just signed with 70 AMG. Anu met me, told me to be doing this. And it was just amazing because it went in regardless of what the bean counters would say about sales, inquiries, leads, just to create a community. And to bring people together who just love motorcycling, people who love banking into a turn, people who love the freedom of wind in their hair, and to bring them all to one place from across India on a bike for nearly a week. So it was 2 days that felt like a week.
So a lot of excitement for the next 2 days, and this year coming into the arena, we're getting into the next chapter. What is Harley Davidson's story going forward with the 440? There's a lot of excitement around the flat tracking. So are you excited about the flat track and the participation that's going to come forward again?
Well, I think what we show with the flat track is that the X440 is a wonderful blank canvas platform for customization with which you can practically do anything. Now this bike, we made a few modifications to it. For one is it doesn't have a front brake. And it's very confidence inspiring as you go into the turn and gently reduce the rear, and it's not all of a sudden, and it's a bike that one can start racing and getting a feel for what it is to ride on the dirt. So I think we bring that core value of customization and individuality showcased through this bike.
Well, the Harley Davidson motorcycle is a great canvas for customization that everybody has seen. Ravi, thank you for being part of India Bike Week year on year, and it's always lovely to see your face. And I hope you enjoy the next 2 days. A lot of things in riding. And now another gentleman who's kind of become this legend with young motorcyclists across the country who aspire to build a motorcycle, who aspire to race, who aspire to do everything around motorcycles. A great guy, and he's single. So if there are takers, we'll put him on the auction block very soon. Ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together for Vijay Singh, founder of Rajputana Customs, the man responsible for customizing the Harley Davidson 440 to look like this for the flat track. Vijay, welcome. The stage is all yours.
As you can see, this is based off the X440. We had a fair amount of time to work on this bike. The first thing we chose to do was change the seating position, because unlike a car, on a motorcycle, majority of the center of mass comes from the rider and his gear. A car engineer would kill to have the driver move back and forward or left and right in a corner. Well, you can do that on a motorcycle, you can't do it in a car. Which is why that extended seat to scoot all the way up onto the front end when you're entering a corner gives you a very a confident feel in that front that it won't wash out. And the rear seems to step out really well because the 440 has a very linear power delivery. So, you know, all in all, it's a functionally sound motorcycle, and there's no engraving on this one.
It looks lighter. It seems to, you seem to have chopped off quite a bit of the excess. Is that intentional, or was it like something that you said, so let's do something refreshing?
It's always important to take weight off a motorcycle, especially with a smaller capacity motorcycle like the 440. In the power to weight ratio, by shedding a few 10, 15, 20 kgs in metal here and there, it makes a big difference to the way it actually, you know, runs and has legs. So it was very important for us to shed that weight and get some FRP parts on there in place of the metal.
So is there any tweaks to the engine? Is there any tweaks to the, it's mostly frame or engine also?
The frame remains the same. We've chopped off the subframe at the back, and like I said, we replaced the metals with a lot of FRP, so we've shed some weight there, but we've not tweaked the engine. It's obviously got enough power already for a short track. if I would do something, I think I would have played with the sprocketing a lot more. That's an easier fix, but we didn't know how big the track would be. But I've seen some guys run some laps on this, and they were spinning some quick laps, so it looks very promising.
Looking very good, and the motorcycle is looking amazing. Your builds every year seem to surprise and leave everybody, gaping for more. So Vijay, thank you for being part of IBW. Thank you for bringing the spirit of motorcycling to this festival with your amazing energy. Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, a lot of exciting things up ahead. We have more partners who we'd like to bring up here on stage. The flat track race is done under the affiliation of FMSCI, who really set the rules for racing in India. Sunny from Pro Dirt has helped us build the flat track. May I call upon Amit Arora, representing FMSCI, to talk about the format of the race, because there are rules and you need to stick to them. There are regulations, and it's a serious sport.
See, frankly, for us at the Federation of FMSCI, it's more about making the whole playing field even and level. There's no bias. Everything has to be even. Everybody, so that's why if you see even the bikes, they're all even. The format of what we're going to follow is the pyramid system, where we have 27 heats. So 3 riders per heat. They would go for 4 laps, and the winner of each heat goes to the quarterfinal. So the 27 comes down to 9. So we have 9 quarterfinals. Same format, 3 riders per quarterfinal. The winner of each quarterfinal goes to the semi-final. So now we're down to 3 semi-finals. The winner of each semi-final goes to the final, and we are left with 3 riders. It's going to be 1, 2, 3 among these final 3.
So it's a time trial.
It's not a time trial. Basically, there are 4 laps. It's a very short track. It's only about 165 meters. So it's not going to be easy to get the timing right. So we will be going by the color coding. Each rider and the bike is color coded. So the bike and the rider with the color who crosses the line first at the end of the 4th lap is the winner. We do have cameras at the finish line to catch any photo finish. In which case we will refer the video on the camera and go with the photo finish. So, but it's going to be even for all.
Okay, so the playing field is going to be fair, even, and it's going to be up to the best motorcyclists to take top honors. Thank you, Mr. Arora. Thank you for being part of this amazing festival and organizing and supporting us with setting up the flat track. And now I'd like to invite on stage Mr. Ranjit Singh, Chief Business Officer, India Business Unit, Hero Motorcorp, and to join on stage, Ms. Deepika Bisla, Head of Marketing, India Business Unit for Hero Motorcorp. Welcome, sir. Wonderful to see you here at the premium motorcycling festival of the country. How does it feel to be part of this very exciting motorcycling festival? And there's a lot of love for the experts. There's this huge passion for this motorcycle. How does it feel?
Hi, Martin. Really fantastic stories, and congratulations for a superb job done. Love the growth that the community is having. Love our association with Harley Davidson, and we love our fans. And the Experts Fanatics is really something, a new initiative that we've started off. Today you will see right at the center 10 of these Fanatics bikes already displayed. There are lots of participants already. People have uploaded their videos, their photographs. The fans have been added and done the modifications themselves. Really a lot of passion out there. And then through the voting, we'll have 3 winners. And the new X-Pulse 210 will be will be given away when it's launched, so people have the opportunity to really get that.
So this is going to be really good for somebody here.
It's going to be fantastic, and I think this is what fandom is really about, and X-Pulse is.
We're super excited, and this next one to Ms. Bisla. There's this amazing bike that's being displayed, which went on to win the car. And would you like to tell us a bit about that and what racing means to Hero MotoCorp, and what are your plans for the coming years when it comes to racing and bringing out more exciting motorcycles like the X-Force?
So hi everyone, very excited to be here. And you're right, Hero's been working very closely with the Dakar Foundation, right? We've been participating in the Dakar Motorsports, and as you know, Ross Branch secured a podium finish earlier this year. And that's how we've been furthering our Adventure Motorsports Association, and we continue to hope to drive that over the next few years. Coming to regular racing, in fact, I was meeting one of the partners of Superbike League teams that want to bring superbiking to India. So that's another form of racing that we're in very early stages of conversation, where we look at performance racing for Indians and actually really democratizing racing for the masses, so that you just don't bring racing to the superbikers, but start encouraging young bikers. It's a conversation which I've literally just had my very first conversation, so we're looking into it, and if there's something we'd like to encourage in India.
This is very exciting. This edition of India Bike Week, there are 4 race tracks, there's a lot of participation, and everybody wants to get on their motorcycle and show off their skills. And thanks to companies like yours that is encouraging young Indians to experiment away from just cricket. Now there's going to be motorsporting culture, which is always fascinating and exciting. Thank you so much.
Yeah, I just wanted to add that this association with sports is really right across. And also we've got the 450 rally bike on display. So I invite everyone to come there, because that's the one that's on the Dakar podium, as well as it's been victorious at the FIM World Rally Raid Championship 2024. So do have a look and encourage our communities, because we've ridden from many cities, Bangalore, Pune, Hyderabad and Bombay. So it would be great to see that encouragement across.
I'm sure all your fans and new customers who are looking to get on their experts will be there at your stall to check out the Dakar bike. Thank you, Mr. Singh. Thank you, Ms. Biswa. Thank you very much for being part of the IBW family. And now, I'd like to take this opportunity to invite on stage our next partner, who creates some fantastic motorcycling experiences. They are known for their amazing motorcycles, and they have always been very supportive of the motorcycling community. Ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together for Mr. Dinesh Kulkarni, Vice President, Sales, KTM India, and joining him, Mr. Shyam Sundar, Vice President, Marketing, KTM India. Welcome, sir. Always a pleasure to have you at IBW. And so, how has your experience been in the past few years that you've been coming to the IBW arena, seeing this culture grow year on year, and of course, the KTM family bringing a lot of energy, that exciting orange energy to this festival?
First, I would like to congratulate the India Bike Week for their 11th year. And I've been here, earlier I used to look after the international business ventures, but I came here first time in 2019. And man, it's really grown in 5 years. So I don't have to go back too long to remember how big it was or how small it was. It is really grown in these 5 years. Second, I'll just hit back on the timeline. 2019 was the first time when KTM displayed its entire range into this India Bike Week. Because we wanted to test if these bikes would really appeal to the motorcycling population. And it was phenomenal then. It took us some time, but anyway we got there. And I think India Bike Week is the best place to launch bikes in a community, because that is when you feel the energy, you get the true feedback of, yes, this is what I want. Otherwise we just create something which people don't want. It's not right. So thank you so much for having us over there.
So your bikes bring a lot of good energy, a lot of riders from all across the country ride on KTM, the 380 everybody loves. So how has it been so far with this whole association, and how has your brand experience been so far with IBW?
See, KTM is nothing without its riders. Okay, and in India, the best place where the whole rider community congregates is this time of the year, thanks to IBW. So from that perspective, like I said, this is my own third or fourth year in IBW, and each year, I know it sounds like a cliche, but it's only been getting bigger and better. It's also been getting more hotter. We all can feel that, I'm sure. And the last few years, KTM has gone out to create a lot of ride experiences, for its customers. It's called Pro XP. And so we invite them, the riders, to come from all parts of India out here, for the brigade and so on. So I think we've really seen this thing get better and better, both for our brand as well as for IBW.
So what are we going to expect this year from KTM on the main stage and in the arena?
A lot.
Okay.
A lot. Okay. So I just have one thing to say now. I know we've been coming here in the past and we've shown a lot of motorcycles, we've shown the MotoGP bikes and so on. But we've always had, people come up to us and, say, you know what, you're still selling sub 500cc motorcycles and we know what you have out there, but we got to get to see it in India. So there's a lot of story, why don't we just read it off?
So, one thing I want to really talk about KTM brand, and that's not because I'm wearing an orange. Of course, that's also the reason I wear the orange bicycle. So, KTM product is probably the only company which I can feel is the bikes we make or the bikes we race are the bikes you ride. There is no difference. That's why we live truly to ready to race logo. So you will not see any difference. The 250 SX here is what you will ride and that is the one we will race. So if you look at all the KTM ads, they are never product ads. They are ads where genuine races have been taken. So they are all adrenaline filled ads. So in KTM we say, you either like us or you hate us. There is no way you can ignore us. We are what we are. And to continue this further, I am very happy to announce the entire range of KTM to be available in the country now. So it's taken us some time, it's taken us a lot of work, but now the pipeline is open. You can get now, if you want to rattle off the names of the bikes, let's say in the adventure category we have a 1290 Adventure, then we have an 890 Adventure R. Now we go to the street category. The street category has Super Duke 1390R and Super Duke 890R, Duke 890R. The entire SX range is available, 450, 250, both, and we've not left the kits, 80, 50, 65, 85cc, and we also a big commitment to actually groom the supercross, the motocross and the off-road space. In the rally segment, we have a 350 also have. So I think there is a lot. Other than that, there are going to be 2 big launches of adventure which you will see soon. Thank you so much for all this.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, gentlemen. Thank you for being here, and your participation and support is always welcome and much appreciated. And I'd like to thank our other sponsor partner, L&T Finance, Carlsberg for bringing music to NXS stage. We have Orphan Severa, Brother B, Smokey, and Divine performing at India Bike Week 2024. I'd like to thank our bank partners, ICICI Bank. Another big feature which Martin spoke about earlier on was the IBW merchandise. Everybody likes to get their hands on cool merchandise, and this year at IBW 2024, they're available around the arena, so you can go check them out. The Expo, which is a premium outdoor, indoor expo, and the Big Trip, which is a travel and adventure space where you come and share stories and listen to some fantastic journeys, all play out right here. Also, you have the Ladakh tent, and there are 250 plus brands on display right here at India Bike Week 2024. And before we go and open up the gates of India Bike Week 2024, I'd like to call back on stage Mr. Martin De Costa.
Okay, listen, I know you guys must be hungry, and I know this has gone on for a very long time. and I know I'm being very cheeky right now, and I shouldn't be doing this right now, but I'm going to do it anyway. So about 6 or 7 months ago, some of you may have seen a small upstart brand online, which was basically talking about 4 wheels, what we do with India Bike Week, but it was talking about the community of people who love cars, right? And not just cars, but who love motorsport, and who love classic cars, and who love drifting, and who love overlanding, and who love modding. And that's no coincidence. That was the launch of a new brand called Generation Speed. And it's not my idea, it was Tanush Joseph and Darius Gopal's idea. And Generation Speed, over the last 6 months, has built up to over, I think, 2 million followers across its social media. And the point about Generation Speed was to create India's first ever and largest gathering of the 4-wheel community in India. It will be India's largest ever motoring festival. Roll the film, please.
Generation Speed. Generation Speed. Generation Speed. From the makers of India Bike Week.
This is Generation Speed.
Generation Speed, the idea of it as a meeting place, is to start saying that you are a reflection of the 5 people you spend the most time with. So why not spend time with people who love cars, who love overland journeys, and who knows what?
India's largest ever motoring festival on the 22nd and 23rd of February 2025, Abbey Valley, Lonavala. We'll see you there.
Ladies and gentlemen, please give us your blessings. We want your blessings for this one. We have no idea how it's going to go. We're pretty sure it will be 50, 60, 80,000 people in the next 4 or 5 years. We're very, we've been working on it for two and a half years now, and I wanted to launch it at India Bike Week. Well, partly because we've got over 175 accredited journalists and 300 content creators accredited at the festival this year, but also because, well, we just want your blessings, like I said before. We're really, really excited about it. We're really excited about it. We will be doing it for the next 30 years. It'll be India Bike Week on the first weekend of December, and it'll be Generation Speed, India's motoring festival, on the third weekend of February, every year for the next decade, next 20 years. Ladies and gentlemen, go and have lunch. Thank you so much for being here.
But not before we have all these exciting people here today. We'd like a big photo op, so I'd like to call on stage. Buddy, I'd like you to stay back on stage. I'd like to invite on stage from Gulf Tracks, Mr. Ravi Chandra, Managing Director and CEO of Gulf Oil India. I'd like to invite from Rice Moto, Mr. Sumit Garg, Vice President and Business Head, Rice Moto. I'd like to call on stage from Jameson India, Mr. Sanjeev Bhugnan, Creative Head, Jameson India, to join us on stage for a photograph. And from Harley Davidson, I'd like to call on Mr. Vijay Thomas, Head Marketing, Harley Davidson Business Unit, Hero MotoCorp, Mr. Ravi Allur, Head Harley Davidson Business Unit, Hero MotoCorp. And from Hero MotoCorp, I'd like to invite on stage Mr. Ranjit Singh, Chief Business Officer, India Business Unit, Hero MotoCorp, and Ms. Deepika Bisla, Head of Marketing, India Business Unit, Hero MotoCorp. And to join them, I'd like to call on from KTM, Mr. Dinesh Kulkarni, Vice President Sales, KTM India, Mr. Shyam Sundar, Vice President Marketing, KTM India, and from L&T Finance, Mr. Biswadev Banerjee, Business Head, Two-Wheeler Finance, along with Mr. Prashant Tanna, National Trade Marketing Manager for Carlsberg. This is going to be one grand photo for the Hall of Fame of India Bike Week. I'd like to also call upon Mr. Harsh Priyani, City Business Head, Goa, ICICI Bank, and from EXO, personnel from EXO, and from GV, I'd like to call upon Mr. Mohit Chaudhary, Manager, Sales and Marketing, and also I'd like to take the opportunity to invite on stage Ronald Goa, JDV by Hyatt Hotel, Ms. Jagrati Sochar, Experience Manager with Ronald Goa, and from 92.7 Big FM, RJ Akshay and RJ Uday. And we have some really special guests who've ridden in to India Bike Week. A very talented actor, a passionate biker, and he is one man who really embodies the motorcycling spirit to the team. Ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together for Amit Saad, riding into India Bike Week, a passionate biker, Anand Kale, and Xavier Simon, who's here with their motorcycles to be part of this amazing festival. And this is the very special team that brings you one of the grandest motorcycling festivals this side of the globe, India Bike Week 2024. Open!